Welcome back to another game in our 2024 pre-play pre-play project using On-Base Baseball. This is using the new projected roster sheet set that we just released last week. So in this game we're going to have Toronto visiting Tampa Bay, so the Rays hosting the Blue Jays, and we got our dice here, we're ready to go, and we got our lineups all filled out. I'm going to go ahead and do this one. Hopefully this game goes a little bit quicker than the Braves game. I'm not going to do a lot of explaining here, so I'm just going to sort of walk through the game. So let's get right to the opening day lineups, and these are lineups that I created basically based off of some projected stats for each team. Fangraphs has a what do you call it, sort of a depth chart for their starting 25, and then they project out how many at-bats, how many innings, things like that. So based off of that, sort of getting an idea of playing time and platoon players and stuff like that. So I also went ahead and on my roster sheets I went ahead and filled in what each player does and who is going to be on the team, so that way I sort of know ahead of time, you know, who are the middle relievers, who are the setup men. I don't always know everybody's bullpen to begin the year, so it's good to know kind of an idea of who you should bring in, who are the starters, and that sort of thing. For the Blue Jays, the visiting Blue Jays, it's going to be Bassitt at shortstop. He's a 14 batting runs. Vlad Guerrero Jr. at first base. He's batting right-handed and hitting second. Dalton Varsho gets a start in left field, and he's going to bat third. George Springer in right, he's batting in the cleanup spot. Justin Turner, new Blue Jay this year, so just coming over from Boston, and he'll be the DH in this game. Kevin Biggio gets the start. He's going to be platooning against right-handed pitchers. Alejandro Kirk is the catcher, a very good defensive catcher. Kevin Kiermaier in center field, his second year with the team, I believe. And then Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is going to be playing third base and batting in the 9 hole, a -15 batting run, so he'll be in column number 4. Starting for the Blue Jays is going to be Chris Bassitt. Bassitt projected to have a 4.11 FIP, and 26 is his stamina. He's a right-handed pitcher. They're projecting him out as a 12-9 record in 28 starts, a WAR, RA9 WAR of 3. So not the best on the team. They're actually projecting Gossman to have the best RA9 WAR on the team. For the hometown Rays, it's going to be Caballero at shortstop leading off. Yandy Diaz at first base. He's a right-handed batter hitting second. Randy Arozarena in left. He'll hit third. Isaac Paredes is the powerful young third baseman for the Rays. He's hitting in the cleanup spot. Brandon Lowe gets the start at second base. Jose Siri in center field. Palacios gets a start in right field. He'll be platooning against right-handed pitchers. Harold Ramirez is the DH. He's hitting in the 8th spot. And Rene Pinto, also a very good catcher, will be in the 9 hole for the Rays. So this one should be a good game. They've got Zach Eflin going for the Devil Rays. I'm going to call them the Devil Rays because I remember when they were the Devil Rays. Eflin projected out to have a 330 FIP, just a 22 on his stamina, so we'll see how that plays out. I mean, a better pitcher should be able to go longer even with the shorter stamina. All of the Rays pitchers there are only 3 pitchers with 4 pitchers with a 20 or more stamina, so it's just the way that they run the business. You know, you got to get used to how the Devil Rays do things. 12-7, they're projecting him out with a 3.3 RA9 WAR. RA9 WAR is like pitcher WAR, which is a little bit different than hitter WAR, so you can kind of think of that as pitcher WAR. ERA 337 is what they're projecting. So let's get this one started. Toronto at Tampa Bay. Zach Eflin finishes his warm-up pitches, and he's out on the mound ready to take on Bassitt, Guerrero, and Varsho. Pretty formidable top 4 Bassitt, 14 batting runs is what he's projected as. And first pitch to, well, I guess the first batter of the 2024 season. It's going to be Eflin. He's pitching out of this first column, by the way, and Bassitt will pitching out of the second column. So Eflin with a 22, that's going to be a blank, and 22 to a 14 is going to be a double or a triple. Of course, we rolled a 10. This is going to be our D9. So right off the bat, Bassitt with a triple down the right field line, and he's going to wind up at third base. Nice start to his season. Runner at third in scoring position with nobody out, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. stands in. We got a 12. A 12 is going to be a ground out, but the runner advances, so it's a little tapper down the third base line that the catcher makes a play on, but the runner sneaks in behind him, and we're going to make the play 2-3 at first. But it's going to be an RBI. Sorry, wrong person. It's going to be an RBI for Vlad Guerrero as he makes the first out. But they do get the run home. The Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead in this one. Brings up, I want to say Gary Varsho. It's not Gary Varsho. It's, I'm blanking on his name. Dalton Varsho. Oh, man. Too early in the morning. Varsho is a left fielder. He bats left-handed. He is projected to have a 3 batting runs, which would be column 3. 25 is going to be a fly ball with an error check, so that goes down the right field line. Hustling over is the right fielder Palacios, and he'll make the catch on the line. That's going to be out number 2. And it's George Springer. Springer in right field. 5 batting runs is his projection. 34 could be really good for him. Let's see. That's going to be a 2-bagger. He hits that one into the right center field gap as he laces one to the wall. And 2 extra base hits in the first inning for the Blue Jays. Brings up Turner. And boy, keep rolling 10s. Turner is a right-handed bat. He's projected to have 4 batting runs. So 16, that's going to be a fly ball. That goes out to left center field. A little can of corn out there for the left fielder, Arozarena, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. But the Rays strike first. I mean, the Blue Jays strike first with 1 in the first inning. So he came home on a fielder's choice. They strand a runner at second base, but they did get the run home. They take a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. And Toronto sends out Chris Bassitt to the mound. 4.11 FIP is what his projected FIP is. And the Rays are going to send up Caballero, Diaz, and Arozarena. Caballero -1, but he's got a 7 on his speed. So I thought maybe we could put him in the leadoff spot, see how that goes. 45 for Bassitt. Again, Bassitt is pitching out of column 2. 45 for a guy here is going to be a fly ball. And that goes into right center field. The center fielder, excuse me, is going to make the play. That's Kiermaier getting there in time. And that will be out number 1. Yandy Diaz to the plate. He's projected out to have 17 batting runs. That's going to be a strikeout from Bassitt as he gets it by Yandy Diaz for out number 2. Strikeout swinging. Randy Arozarena for his first at-bat of 2024. And Arozarena projected out to be 16 batting runs, and so that puts him in column 2. 55 is going to be a line-out or a pop-out. Pop-out, if it's a 7, it's a 4. And so that's going to be a line-out to the pitcher. Nice reaction there by Chris Bassitt as he gets a glove up and makes a nice play on the mound. 3 up, 3 down go the Rays in the bottom of the first inning. We go to the top of the second. Toronto up 1-0, and they'll send up Biggio, Kirk, and Kiermaier. Zach Eflin to Kevin Biggio. Biggio, left-handed bat. He's projected at a -2. 24 to a -2 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. We'll take the strikeout with no runners on base, and that is strikeout number 1 for Zach Eflin as he gets it by Kevin Biggio. Brings up the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Kirk is a right-handed stick. He's projected to be a +4. He's got excellent defensive skills. What is he listed at? His defense is what? I didn't put the number down. I probably should have done that. His defense 14.5, which is a very high number. So that means he's what, like 140% above average, I want to say. Something like that. He's way better than average catcher, so definitely worth having in there. And you know, he's got an average bat, so he can actually bat a little bit higher up in the lineup. He's got a 14. A 14 is going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. It's not a 2 or a 1, so it's going to be a walk, as Kirk takes the first walk of the season. And he's at first base for Kiermaier, 1 down with the catcher at first base. Kiermaier is a -6. That puts him in the last column here. 45 to a -6. And that's going to be a fly ball. That goes to straightaway right field. Right fielder is Palacios. Doesn't really have to move. He just stands there and catches the ball. No movement from the batter at first base, or the runner at first base. So we got a runner at first, 2 down. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is going to be up. He's in a -15. 46 to a -15 is going to be a strikeout as he goes down. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Zach Eflin. And the Blue Jays strand a runner at first base. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. It's Toronto 1, Tampa Bay 0. And Tampa will send up Paredes, Lowe, and Siri to the plates. Isaac Paredes, right-handed batter. He's projected out to be 12 batting runs, which puts him here in the 2nd column. 55 is going to be a line out or a pop out. This time it's a pop out, as the D10 or the D9 is a 7, 8, or 9, and the pop out is going to go to the second baseman. So he can't get on top of the pitch, and he pops out to the second baseman, Biggio, who squeezes it for out number 1. Brandon Lowe coming up here, his first at bat of the season, 56. We need to avoid the strikeout here, but Lowe is an 8. So 55 to an 8 is a line. 56 is going to be a strikeout. Sorry. As he strikes out swinging, can't catch up to the fastball from Chris Bassitt, and he is out number 2. Brings up Jose Siri to the plate. Siri is a left-handed stick. He's a -1, projected at a -1. I'm not sure if Siri is hurt or not, so I'll just give him the start. He's part of the... He's not hurt seriously because he's on the roster, which I think that's going to be being updated every day. And so Jose Siri, projected to be -10, so that puts him here in the last column. Excellent fielder, and it's got a lot of speed, so worth keeping in the lineup for sure. That's going to be a hit by pitch or a walk. We got a 2, so that's going to be a walk for Jose Siri. Siri at first base. We're going to try our first steal. And 1 to 7, he'll be safe at second base. Try to get him in scoring position. It's a 10, which we're going to re-roll because we don't do a 4. All right. Jose Siri in there for the stolen base, as he's well ahead of the throw, and he's in there for stolen base number 1. Brings up Palacios, the part-time right fielder. He's a left-handed bat, -1, so he's in column 3. 34 could be good results here. That's going to be a double, as he laces one into left center field, he hits it straight away, and one hops the wall. And that's going to be an RBI double for Palacios, as he brings home that runner from second base. Ties the game at 1, and Harold Ramirez stands in. Ramirez, -2 batting runs. He's a right-handed batter. 44 is going to be a base knock, and that's right up the middle, as he bounces one through the middle of the infield. That's going to score the runner from second base. With 2 outs, I give everybody an extra base. So you can see there's 2 outs, and he's going to get an extra base. Running on contact, he'll be able to score from second base. So the Rays take a 2-0 lead, and the catcher Rene Pinto stands in. A 36 is going to be a fly ball. That goes down the left field line. Hustling in left field is Varsho, and he makes a nice running catch at the line for out number 3. But Tampa Bay strikes for 2. They take a 2-1 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Blue Jays will send up the heart of the order, Bassitt, Guerrero, and Varsho in the 3rd inning. Zach Eflin, good start so far. He's got two strikeouts in the last inning. Bo Bichette with a leadoff triple in this game came around to score on a Guerrero groundout. 55 is going to be a line out, and that goes to the second baseman. So he hits it hard, but he hits it right at the second baseman, Lowe, who makes a nice catch. And that's going to be an L4 for out number 1. Up to the plate stands Guerrero. Guerrero with the RBI for Toronto, but it was a little nubber out in front of the plate that Bassitt scampered home behind him and scored on the throw. This time it's a 36, and a 36 to a 24 is going to be a fly ball. That goes down the right field line. This one's going to hang up in the right field corner for Palacios. He's going to make the catch. Guerrero just missed that one, but he's 0 for 2. And there's 2 down in the inning. And this is a 16 to Dalton Varsho. Varsho is a 3. So 16 is going to be a fly ball. That goes down the left field line as he pops it up. No problem out in left field. And it's Arozarena ranging over to make the play in left. 3 up, 3 down goes Toronto in the 3rd. Zach Eflin starting to feel it a little bit. And Chris Bassitt trots out for the bottom of the 3rd. He'll face off against the top of the order, Caballero, Diaz, and Arozarena. 23 to Caballero, the leadoff man. It's going to be a ground out with an error check. That's a ground out to first base. The play is made by the first baseman, Guerrero. No error on the play. He does have a minus, so a 1 or a 2 would have been an error. But as it is, he's going to pitch it to the pitcher covering. And we go 3-1 on the putout. That's 1 out for the Rays. Coming up now is Yandy Diaz. Diaz is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 35. Looks like he's going to add another strikeout to the list. This time he strikes out swinging. And that is out number 2. Randy Arozarena lined out to the pitcher in his first at-bat. This time he's going to ground out to the shortstop. And the shortstop is Bassitt. He makes a slick play, gets it over first in time for the out. And that is going to be a 3 up, 3 down inning for Chris Bassitt. 2-1 is our score as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Toronto is behind a run. They send up Springer, Turner, and Kevin Biggio. 23, that's going to be a ground ball. Hard hit ball to first base. Woo, woo, woo. Yandy Diaz at first is going to make the play. He takes it to the bag himself. And that's going to be out number 1 as Springer goes down for the first time in 2024. Up next is Justin Turner. Turner, +4 batting runs. He flied out to left field in his first at-bat. He's going to strike out here as he swings through a changeup. And that is going to be out number 2. 3rd strikeout of the day for Zach Eflin. And Kevin Biggio stands in, left-handed bat, as he gets himself ready. And here is the pitch. It's a 46. 46 to a -2 is going to be a strikeout. And that's back-to-back Ks to end the inning for Zach Eflin, who is starting to really settle in here. After that score in the first inning, really just the triple in the first inning. And then not a whole lot happening after that. He's got 4 Ks in 4 innings pitched, and Bassitt's going to go out for his 4th inning. He'll face off against Paredes, Lowe, and Siri, middle of the order for Tampa Bay. Paredes is a 12. A 34 on a 12 is a home run chance. It's a home run as long as this is not an 8. It's a 4, and Isaac Paredes drills one into the left field stands. And that is going to be a home run. Solo home run to lead off the inning. And it's now 3-1 Tampa Bay. Brings up Brandon Lowe. 46 to Lowe. It's going to be a strikeout. So Bassitt coming back with some intestinal fortitude. Gets a strikeout against Lowe. Tells himself it was just a mistake to Paredes, and makes a good pitch against Lowe. Here's a 14. This is to Siri. 14 to Siri is going to be a walk. He's got 2 walks on the day, and you know we got to send him. A 1 to 7. He's going to be safe on the steal. It's an 8, and he gets thrown out. Nice throw by Kirk to get the base runner trying to steal second base. He's going to be out. So 2 down in the inning, and it's going to be Palacios to the plate. A 45 for Palacios is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder. That's Kiermaier making the play in the gap, and a nice running catch to end the inning. But Tampa Bay gets another run. They lead 3-1 on the Isai Paredes home run to left. For Toronto, in the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be Kirk, Kiermaier, and Falefa. Kirk, the catcher, he's 0 for, well, he doesn't have an official at bat. He had a walk in his first at bat, but he's going to strike out here. As Eflin starting to work the strikeouts. He's got 3 in a row, going back to the last inning. Kevin Kiermaier stands in. Kiermaier flied out to right field in his first at bat. He's going to ground out to third base here. We'll see if there's an error. It's Paredes. Paredes is a plus fielder, so no problem there on the hot shot as he gets it over to first for out number 2. 2 down in the inning. Brings up Isaiah Falefa playing third base in this game. He's a natural shortstop, but playing third because of Bassitt. So Falefa, who struck out in his first at bat, is going to take a walk here. So second walk issued by Zach Eflin, and Falefa will be at first with 2 down. And Bo Bichette coming to the plate, 33 for Bichette. It is going to be a 2-bagger as he laces one into the gap. That rolls all the way to the wall. He's going to get 2 out of it and an RBI. With 2 outs, you get an extra base there. So scoring from first base is going to be Falefa. And it's now 3-2 Toronto. 3-2 Tampa. Brings up Vlad Guerrero. Guerrero 0 for 2. He does have an RBI. He's itching to get a hit, though. 24 is not going to help him. That's going to be a strikeout as he watches that one. Beautiful pitch. Can't pull the trigger, and that's going to be out number 3. So he strands the runner at second base, but they do get 1 run in the inning. Falefa comes home to score on the Bo Bichette double, and that gets the Blue Jays within 1. So 3-2 is our score. Chris Bassitt goes out for another inning. He can go 26 batters. He's not even at 18 yet, so he's doing all right. Bottom of the 5th inning, it'll be Ramirez, Pinto, and Caballero. 33 for Harold Ramirez is going to be a home run. So Harold Ramirez cranks one out to center field. That is a no-doubter. And Tampa Bay gets the run right back on a Harold Ramirez solo bomb. Standing in now is Pinto. Pinto is 0 for 1. He's the catcher. 35 to Pinto is going to be a strikeout. He strikes out and waves through a curveball, and that's going to be out number 1. Back to the top of the order with Tampa Bay. Fly ball out to left center field. This is going to be an error check on the center fielder. Center fielder is Kiermaier, excellent center fielder. For his entire career has been an excellent player. Played in Minnesota for many years. And he's going to make the play out in left center field, ranging back, and he's almost at the warning track when he makes that catch on the run. Brings up Yandy Diaz. He's got 2 strikeouts, 36. This time he at least gets some wood on it. He hits it out to center field. That'll be a lazy fly ball for Kiermaier. Still catching his breath after getting into the gap for a catch, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So Tampa Bay gets the run back. It's now 4-2 as they have a 2-run lead over the Blue Jays on opening day 2024. Again, this is using our projected roster sheet set for on-base baseball. This is on-base baseball played with our game engine chart. If you want to purchase this game, you can go to clarkandaddisongaming.com, and if you do /on-base-baseball, then you can go straight to the on-base baseball. You can also click on the big green button in the right-hand side of the top right, and that says shop all of our games, and you can see the game. It should be at the very top, and you can find it there, or you can look through all of the on-base baseball games by using the filters on the left-hand side of the page. So go there, pick this up. You can pre-play or just play along with the seasons. Again, you get these projected roster sheets I showed you before, and they're separated out by teams, so it's easy to just sort of print off the teams that you want. I do front and back. You can see here. I just do the front and back for the pitchers and the batters, and so I wind up with 2 sheets per team. So very small footprint. This is all that you need once you transfer that information over to the on-base baseball score sheets, which you get 2 of these. You get an inning by inning one, or you can use this one, which is an at-bat by at-bat. I like this one because it gives me a place to put totals, so I really like that. And you can use any of those. There's also other game engine charts that are contextualized for different decades. So if you want to see, if you think 70s baseball is where it's at and everybody should still be playing in that era, you can download the 1970s game engine chart, and you can play, and all these results are different on that chart based off of how people pitched and hit in the 1970s. Same thing with the 40s all the way through the aughts, so the 2000 to 2009. I've got all those already set up. I have kind of a fun little project I'm working on as well, setting up, which is the greatest players of every decade, and then I'll kind of run them through playing against each other and see how that'll be. I think that'll be pretty cool, and I'll be able to put the home team. We'll play the home team in the appropriate decade chart. So maybe kind of fun to see Barry Bonds playing 1940s baseball. So we'll see. All right, it is back to the game. It's going to be the top of the 6th inning. It's Dalton Varsho, George Springer, and Justin Turner up for the Blue Jays. The pitch, Eflin's still in the game. Eflin at 20 batters. He can go 22. So this is going to be his last inning at full strength. We got a 46. So far, he's avoided most of these advantage kind of rolls. It's all been off the batters for the most part. Dalton Varsho is a 3 at 26. Oh, I'm sorry, a 46 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. So he gets caught looking. That's 2 strikeouts in a row for Eflin, and 2 Ks looking as he got Guerrero back to end the 5th. Brings up George Springer. Springer is 1 for 2. He's got a double that he hit back in the 1st inning. He was stranded at second base in that inning, but grounded out in his last at bat. A 45 to a +5 is going to be a fly ball that goes down the left field line and deep into the corner, and making the play in left field is Randy Arozarena. So that's 2 down in the inning, and that's going to bring up Justin Turner. 24 is going to be a strikeout, as Turner is struck out for the 2nd time today. He goes down swinging, this time on a changeup. And that is a 3 up, 3 down inning for Toronto. Toronto down 4-2. Tampa Bay up 4-2. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. We are at 18-20 batters for Bassitt. So he's still got a little gas left in the tank. He is pitching out of the 2nd column, and we'll see if that comes to hurt him at all. 46 to a 16 is going to be a strikeout, as he gets Arozarena swinging for the first time today. And that is strikeout number 246 for Chris Bassitt. Bassitt, arguably not the #1 starter, but I went with him over Kevin Gausman. I don't know who's actually going to get the opening day start. I don't keep up much with teams outside the Braves. It's a lot, you know. Got a real life, so it's kind of hard to keep up the way I did whenever I was younger. So Isaac Paredes homered in his last at bat. Here he's got a 26. 26 is nothing here, so Bassitt is pitching out of column number 2. And he's a 12. A 26 to a 12 is going to be a single with an error check. So that's going to be a base hit to right field. And we'll see about the error. So the right fielder is George Springer. He's a plus fielder. So only a 1 would have been an error. So he picks it up cleanly. And Paredes is going to be at first base with 1 out. Brings up Brandon Lowe. Lowe 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. 35. He's going to add a third as he gets the hat trick there. This time he's looking. The other times he was swinging. And that's going to be 2 down. Frustrating day for Brandon Lowe, who gets the start against the right-hander Bassitt. Jose Siri to the plate. Siri, no official at bat. He's been on base twice. He's got 1 stolen base and 1 caught stealing. At a 16, he is going to fly out to left field. And that'll be out number 3. And we head to the top of the 7th inning. No runs scored there from Tampa Bay. They have a 4-2 lead over the Toronto Blue Jays. Zach Eflin is going to have to drop down 1 column. We'll leave him in there. I know they probably wouldn't do this. They're only projecting him out at 146 innings, so we're already sort of bucking the trend here for Tampa Bay. Shane McClanahan, I suppose he is hurt. I don't really know. Otherwise, he should be starting. The first game of the season. They're projecting him out at a 343 FIP. Eflin is a good start, though. So we're going to drop Eflin down here. We'll roll the dice metaphorically and literally against Kevin Biggio, Alejandro Kirk, and Kevin Kiermaier. He struck out these players 3 times out of 6 at-bats. So we'll let him roll the dice against Biggio. Biggio is a -2 of 44, though. Is going to be a base hit as he hits 1 through the hole on the right side. And he's aboard with a leadoff single. Only 5 speed, so not super fast over there. Not going to do a lot of stealing. This one's going to be a fly ball with an error check. That goes to straightaway left field. It's Randy Arozarena out there in left, and he's going to make the play. As he has to go back a little bit, he makes the catch. And no movement from the runner at first base. Brings up Kevin Kiermaier. Kiermaier is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. A 12 is going to be a little fielder's choice. A little tapper down to third base. The only play is going to be to first, so we go 5-3 on the put out. You can see it's a ground out with a runner advance, so that just means that it's a fielder's choice. Any runners move up, the only play is to first base. So Kiermaier out at first. That's going to be 2 down in the inning. With a runner in scoring position now comes Isaiah Kiner Falefa. He's 0 for 1. He's got a walk and a strikeout, and he is going to add a fly ball here. And that's to straightaway center. No problem out in center field. And that'll be Jose Siri to make the play in center for out number 3. As the Blue Jays strand a runner in scoring position in the top of the 7th, they're down 4-2 to Tampa Bay on opening day. Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chris Bassitt still pitching on his regular strength. No need to move him down a column, as this will be the last inning for him, though. And I think we'll get a reliever in for Tampa Bay as well. Let's see if their back end can close things down for them. So we've got Palacios, Ramirez, and Pinto, and Bassitt trying to gut through one more inning in the 7th. 46 to Palacios is going to be a strikeout, and that's a nice pitch from Bassitt. Maybe as he gets tired, his curveball is working a little bit better. We'll see. Brings up Ramirez. Ramirez 2 for 2. He's got 2 RBIs, a home run, and a single. He is going to add a ground out to that as he grounds out right back to the pitcher. A little tapper. No problem as Bassitt makes a good throw to first base. And that will be out number 2. 2 down in the 7th inning. Last place hitter in the lineup is Rene Pinto. Pinto with a 15. That's going to be a single with an error check. So that's a base hit into left field, and we'll see if there's an error on Barshow. 5 means there is no error, so base knock into left for Rene Pinto. Runner on with 2 outs, and Caballero coming back to the plate. This will be his 4th at bat. He's over 3 on the day. 45 to Caballero is going to be a fly ball out. And that goes to right center field. Ranging over is the center fielder, Kiermaier. And he'll squeeze it for out number 3. And that is the end of the 7th inning. So to Tampa Bay strands 1 in the 7th. We're going to go to the 8th inning. And we'll get us a new pitcher. Let me go ahead and bring in a setup man for Tampa Bay. All right, the new pitcher is going to be Colin, I believe it's Poche or Poach. Not sure how you say it. P-O-C-H-E. He will be coming in for Zach Eflin. We closed the book on Eflin. He is on the hook for the win. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. So excellent start on opening day for Zach Eflin. Let's see. It'll be the top of the order for the Blue Jays. Bassitt, Guerrero, Varsho. This is probably going to be their best opportunity to score. Let's see if they can come back down by 2. 66 is a pretty good start. 66 to a 14 is going to be a single. That's a long single. Bassitt's speed is only a 5, so he takes a big turn, but he goes back to first. He'll be at first base. He is now 3 for 4. A single, a double, a triple, and an RBI and a run scored. So he's done pretty much everything for the Blue Jays. Speaking of Guerrero, Guerrero with a long single as well. And that long single is into the right center field gap. So they don't get to that until late. And so the runner is going to go to third base. Guerrero with a base knock into right center field sends the runner from first to third. And now we got runners on the corners with nobody out. So they're willing to trade a run for a double play. So they play the infield back at this point. Varsho is 0 for 3. He struck out in his last at bat, a 34 though. That's going to be real trouble. Varsho is a 3. So that's going to be a 2-bagger as he laces one down the left field line the opposite way. And it rattles around into the corner. That's going to score 1. Double there. That's going to score 1. That's 1 RBI, and this pushes the run to third. We don't want to chance that. We're going to have runners at second and third as the third base coach holds up Vlad Guerrero. Runners at second and third, and George Springer to the plate. This time we are going to play the infield in. So anything hit to an infielder is going to stop the runners from advancing. So Guerrero is not going to go from third base. It'll be like looking them back. This is going to be a 14. 14 is going to be a base hit. No, a walk. Hit by a pitcher, a walk. So that's going to be a walk, and that'll load the bases. Same thing is going to be in order. So with nobody out, we're going to play the infield in. Anything hit to a fielder is going to be an out at home. Any double play is going to be home to first. So 34 though. 34 to Justin Turner, who is a 4, is going to be a 2-bagger, and this is not going well for Tampa Bay, as that's going to score 1 run, 2 runs, and send this runner to third base. Springer, we're going to hold him at third since there's still nobody out. And that has completely erased the lead. In fact, Toronto has taken a 5-4 lead in this top of the 8th inning. Wow, what a turn of events here. You might even say a turner of events. All right, so 2-run double from Justin Turner, the old man, getting it done as he laces a double with nobody out. I guess we need to bring in Adam, but I don't know why you would. He's the same kind of pitcher. So, I don't know. 14. This is going to be to a -2. A 14 is going to be another walk. So we load the bases again. Still playing the infield in. So anything hit to an infielder is going to go home. Double plays are home to first. Praying and hoping for something. 45 to a +4 is going to be a fly out that goes into right center field. So the center fielder is Siri. He's going to make the catch. That's finally out number 1 after 3 runs have come in. We got a bases loaded situation. We could try to score Springer. Springer would score on a 1 to 5. That's a little better than 50%. Kiermaier's coming up. He hasn't had any success here. Let's go and try to score him. We're gonna force a play at the plate. Make him make a throw. So we need a 1 to 5 to score this run from third on a sac fly. It's a 9, and he gets gunned down by Jose Siri. So we tried and failed, but let them not say that we didn't try. So that's going to go 8-2 on the putout, and that's out number 2. Everybody else holds. So that's going to be runners at first and second base now with 2 down, and Kevin Kiermaier coming to the plate at 46. Rights the ship, as that's going to be a strikeout. And Poche, however you say it, gets out of the inning, but not before giving up 3 runs. It's now 5-4 Toronto over Tampa Bay. And Toronto is finished with Chris Bassitt. They're going to go to their bullpen and bring someone in to face the heart of the Tampa Bay order. All right, new pitcher for Toronto is going to be Genesis Cabrera. Not a lot of great options coming out of the bullpen for Toronto. Could be a little bit dicey at the end of the game for the Blue Jays this year. We'll see. So Genesis Cabrera, 444 projected FIP. He can go 5 batters. He'll be replacing Chris Bassitt, who had a nice start. 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 8 Ks. He's kept Toronto in the game for sure. But I believe he's on the hook for the win after that inning. Poche, 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and a K is not great relief work for Tampa Bay. They'll be bringing in Pete Fairbanks into the 9th inning, but let's see if Fairbanks is going to be going for the save, or if he's going to go for the win, or if he's just going to try to keep him in the game. It's Diaz, Arozarena, and Paredes, so this is the right group of folks to send to the plate. 46 to Yandy Diaz is going to be a strikeout. So that's 3 Ks on the day. He's got the hat trick. And Diaz, not pleased with himself there as he misses on that fastball. Brings up Randy Arozarena. Arozarena's at least hit the ball a couple times, but he's still 0 for 3. We get a 44, and that's going to be a 1-out walk to Randy Arozarena. He is at first base. He's a 6. We're going to get him into scoring position, hopefully, with a stolen base. 1 to 6, he'll be safe, and he gets in there easily under the tag. So that's a stolen base. Randy Arozarena now at second base in scoring position. Even on a base hit, you know, he's a 1 to 6 to score, so I would be tempted to send him home. This is going to be Isaac Paredes. Paredes is 2 for 3. He's got a homer and an RBI. 23 is going to be a ground out with an error check. That's a little nubber out in front of the plate. We're going to check the catcher, and the catcher, Kirk, is going to make the play. He's a +1. So we're going to go 2-3 on the putout. We'll say the runner stays at second base. No need to chance a throw to third. So we're going to have Brandon Lowe stand in. He is 0 for 3. Cabrera is pitching out of this column here, so he misses on the strikeout. So an 11 to an 8 batting runs is going to be a ground out. So he just misses the dud. There are good things happening at the top for the best players, but it's a ground out for your average player, and that'll be a ground out to the shortstop. Going to go to first base with the throw, and that's going to be the end of the inning. So Tampa Bay threatens, but they can't get the run home. And we go to the top of the 9th inning. Toronto is up 5-4 in this home opener for the Devil Rays. It'll be Pete Fairbanks coming in to pitch the 9th inning. He'll face off against Kiner Falefa, Bichette, and Guerrero. 24, that'll be a strikeout right out of the gate. So Pete Fairbanks strikes out Isaiah Kiner-Falefa for the second time in this game. He is now 0 for 3 with a walk. Brings up Dante Bassitt. Bassitt standing in with 1 out in the 9th inning. He singled and came home on the Varsho double back in the 8th inning. 23 is going to be a ground out to first base. Let's check on the error. That is Yandy Diaz who makes the play at first. He tosses to the pitcher covering. Sharing is caring. And that's out number 2. Brings up Vlad Guerrero Jr., the big right-handed stick for the Toronto Blue Jays. A 15 will be a ground out as he hits it hard, but he hits it right to the third baseman. And the third baseman is Paredes, who gets it over to first base and gets Guerrero by 4 steps. So that's going to be out number 3, and we head to the bottom of the 9th inning as Fairbanks shuts down the heart of the Blue Jays order and gets them to the 9th inning. Let's see if they can close things out. So the closer for Toronto is going to be Yimi Garcia. He's going to come in. 418 is his projected FIP. I believe he is a right-handed pitcher, and he is a former Dodger. So we're going to see if Garcia can close things down. He'll be facing off against Siri, Palacios, and Ramirez. A 44 to a -10 is going to be a base hit. That's a long single that Siri hits into the right center field gap. He's on his horse, and he is going to have a hustle double as he gets in there under the tag. Nice play there by Siri to get himself in scoring position with nobody out. A 24, though, is going to be a double play or a strikeout for Palacios. It always is on a 24. You can see here that it's always the same thing. So you get kind of used to the rhythm of some of these rolls. That's going to be a strikeout swinging for Palacios. That's his 2nd straight strikeout. And that does nothing for his team to move the runner along. Brings up Harold Ramirez. Ramirez 2 for 3. And he is going to be 3 for 3, I think. Oh, a 418. No, yeah, he will be. But it'll be a double instead of a possible triple. And that's going to tie our ball game at 5. As Ramirez comes through with a clutch double in the bottom of the 9th inning with 1 out. And he's now in scoring position for Rene Pinto, the catcher. Pinto singled in his last at-bat, and he's going to get a chance here. A 33 is going to be a ground out, and that is grounded right back to the pitcher. So he looks the runner back to second. He flips it over to first. Nice play there by Yimi Garcia. 2 down, and a runner at second base. You can see on a 33, that was the only time when there was something not good that happens for a guy in the last column. If he had been any of these other guys, that'd have been a game winner. So 2 down. And let's see if Caballero can come through and be the hero. A 14 is going to be something good. Let's see. A hit by pitch or a walk. That's going to be a walk, and that at least keeps the inning alive. So Caballero on first for the first time. And we have runners at first and second base for Yandy Diaz. And this is the moment for the big man to come through. Let's see. Will Diaz win it? The pitch from Garcia, a 46, that is not going to get it done. That's going to be a big-time strikeout from Yimi Garcia as he gets Diaz waving through a pitch, and that is out number 3. So Garcia shuts down the Rays, but the Rays do get 1, and we are headed to extra baseball. Fairbanks can go 4. We're just going to leave him out there for 1 more and see if he can hold down this Toronto offense. It's Varsho, Springer, and Turner. 16 to Varsho is going to be a fly ball. That goes out to left center field. Ranging over is the center fielder, Siri, and he'll make the play for out number 1. Springer up now. Springer is 1 for 3. He's got a double, and he's got a walk. He got thrown out trying to advance home back in the 8th inning. 13 to a 5 is going to be a ground ball that goes to the shortstop. No problem there for Caballero as he gets the runner by a couple of steps. And 2 down now in the inning. Fairbanks looking good. Let's see if he can close it out against Justin Turner. Turner is a 4. 14 on a 4. That's going to be a walk as Turner very patiently takes his base. He's now 1 for 4. He had a big 2-run double back in the 8th inning that put the Blue Jays ahead. That was the game-winning, we thought was the game-winning hit at that point. 15 to a -2. 15 to a -2 is going to be a base hit for Kevin Biggio. Biggio now has 2 hits on the day. With 2 outs, the runner gets an extra base, so he's going to wind up at third base. So we got runners at the corners, 2 down for Alejandro Kirk. And a 23 for Kirk is going to be a ground ball that goes to second base. And up with it is Brandon Lowe, spins and throws to first. And he's a major leaguer. He makes it look easy. And that's going to be the end of the 10th as the Blue Jays get 2 on in the 10th, but they can't bring them home. We are going to have to get a new pitcher here for Toronto, so let me find somebody to bring in. All right, new pitcher for the Blue Jays is going to be Nate Pearson. 459 is his projected FIP. 6 is his stamina, and we'll see how he makes it along. He's listed as a setup man for the Blue Jays. He'll be facing off against a Rosarena Paredes and Brandon Lowe, so not an easy part of the order to make his way through. 1 run wins it for the Devil Rays. It's 5-5 in the bottom of the 10th inning of 56. Pearson is going to be pitching out of this 3rd column. So a 56 to a Rosarena is going to be a walk. So Randy, with his 2nd walk in a row, he is at first base. We're going to be aggressive here. He's a very aggressive player. 1 to 6, he steals the base and gets himself into scoring position. Oh, he gets caught stealing. So that's going to be out number 1. That's a big play from Alejandro Kirk as he gets big applause from his teammates for gunning down Randy Rosarena. Brings up Paredes. Paredes 2 for 4. 13 is going to be a ground out. That goes to the second baseman. Hot shot, but handled at second base by Biggio. Biggio not known for his fielding, but he makes the play to first. 2 down, and Brandon Lowe stands in. 36 to Lowe. Lowe has 3 Ks on the day. He finally did hit the ball on his last at-bat. 36 is going to be a fly ball. That goes to straightaway left, and that'll be out number 3. So we head to the bottom of, or the top of the 11th. It is tied at 5 on opening day. Toronto and Tampa Bay. Pete Fairbanks goes 2 innings. Let's go ahead and get a new pitcher in for the Rays. All right, so the new pitcher for Tampa Bay is going to be Jason Adam. Adam projected out to a 375 FIP. He can go 4 batters for his stamina. He replaces Pete Fairbanks, who is the closer for the Rays. Fairbanks goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 K, and did a very admirable job of making his way through the heart of the order. So it's going to be Kiermaier, Kiner, Falefa, and then back to the top with Bassitt, facing off against Jason Adam. Extra inning baseball here on opening day. Kiermaier is 0 for 4. He's got a -6, and he's going to be 0 for 5 as he grounds it on a 2-hopper to the first baseman Diaz, who's going to take it to the bag himself. That's out number 1. Brings up Kiner Falefa. He's 0 for 3. Does have a walk and a run scored, though. 14 to, I didn't say pitchers pitching out of the 3rd column here. So a 14 to Kiner Falefa is going to be a walk. That's his 2nd walk of the day. Last time he walked, he scored on a Bassitt double. That man is back to the plate. He's 3 for 5. Bo Bichette, Dante's son. We got a 16 to a 14 batting runs. Is going to be a fly ball deep into right center field. The base runner at first base is going to advance, and so that's out number 2, but we do get the runner into scoring position, so deep enough for Kiner Falefa to make his way to second base. And that's going to be 2 outs in the inning, but a runner at first base for the big man, Vlad Guerrero Jr., a 36, is going to be a fly ball as he hits that one deep into left field. And on the warning track, the left fielder, Arozarena, chases it down, and that's going to be out number 3. So Toronto threatens in the top of the 11th, but they can't bring a run home. Nice job by Jason Adam. And we're going to go to the bottom of the 11th inning. Pearson can go 6 batters, so we're going to let him go 2 innings here. And he'll face off against Siri, Palacios, and Harold Ramirez. Ramirez has been killing the Jays today. He's got 3 RBIs. He's 3 for 4. And let's see if he can be the big man on campus. They need Siri to get on base. A 44 is going to do that. That's another single turn into a double. I think he's done that twice. And he's now at second base. Runner in scoring position for Palacios. Let's see if he can move him over. A 34 might be even better than moving him over. A 34 is going to be a double as he rips one over the left fielder's head. The left fielder going back on it is Varsho, and he reaches up, but he can't get it. And that's going to be back-to-back doubles, and that is your game-winning hit from Palacios. So the game-winning RBI. And just like that, the hometown team wins, and the crowd is going nuts as everybody is mobbing Palacios, the part-time right fielder, as he comes in and gets the start on opening day, and he winds up winning this one with a walk-off double in the 11th. And just like that, Tampa Bay strikes for the win. They win this one 6-5 in extra innings, in 11 innings. Let me come back with the totals, and we'll wrap this one up. All right, and we are back with our totals. Let me total up the 6, 8, 10. No errors for either team, so 8, 9 hits. Okay, so for Toronto, they lose this one 6-5. 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. For Tampa Bay, it's 6 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Player of the game is going to be Harold Ramirez, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Bassitt gets a start, but no decision in this one. It's going to be Pearson taking the loss. 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run. He did have a walk and a strikeout, and it's going to be Jason Adam coming in for the win. In the 11th inning, he pitched a scoreless top of the 11th with 1 walk and no strikeouts. For the Rays, it's going to be a 2-for-3 game for Jose Siri. He was 1 for 2 in the stolen base department. He got on, he scored 3 runs, and was in the right place at the right time. That speed down at the bottom killed Toronto. 2 for 5 for Palacios, including the game-winning double, game-winning RBI for him. And then Ramirez gets our player of the game. He's 3 for 4. He scored a run, and he knocked in 3, including this 1-out double in the bottom of the 9th inning, which gave them the tying score. So they were down 5-4 in the 9th and tied it up with 1 out in the 9th inning. Nice day for Bassitt, 3 for 6, couple of runs scored and an RBI. Only 1 for 6 for Guerrero, and for Varsho 1 for 5. So heart of the order didn't do a whole lot for them. 1 for 4 day for Trey Turner. He put the Blue Jays ahead. What they hoped was for good, but 2-out double in the, a no-out double in the top of the 8th inning. He had 2 RBIs. 2-hit day for Kevin Biggio. He was 2 for 4. And good pitching performance from Bassitt, 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And for Eflin, 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 8 Ks. But the bullpen blew it for the Devil Rays as they had the lead. Going into the 8th inning, gave up 3 spot, picked up 1 more in the 9th, and then scored the winning run in the 11th. Again, this is using the 2024 projected roster sheet set for On Base Baseball. You can pick that up at clarkandaddisongaming.com, clarkandaddisongaming.com, and it's on the front page under the new releases, or you can go click the big green button at the top right, and that will take you to all of the games, and they're in order of release date, so this should be the first one that you see. And you can check that out. It's over 3,600 major league players, including players who haven't signed yet. So if someone signs later in the season, or they sign, you know, just before the season starts, you're going to have them. You'll just look on the sheet with the unassigned players to a team, and there's probably 6 or 8 pages of unassigned players, including Jordan Montgomery, who is yet to have a team. So it took me a little bit of time to get this out, because I wanted to try to get as many of those top level free agents who are still out there onto a team, and thankfully Snell, you know, made it onto a team in time, and some of the others as well. So but there are still some big free agents and some good players that are in the unassigned list. So if you see them and you need to put them into a game, or you want to just put them onto a team, they're on at the end of the document there. So you will get all of the pitchers and the batters. So you're going to get the batters in one file, you get the pitchers in another file, and you can just print those off. I like to kind of go through, and it helps me to know who's who on the team. You got lots of players there that are going to be minor league players, so these are people in the depth charts of the different teams. And so you got all kinds of players. So if they're shuffling minor leaguers up and down from AAA or whatever, you should have access to those players throughout the year. So if you want to pre-play the 2024 season or play along with the 2024 season, you can do that. One of the only games that allows you to do that is On Base Baseball, and these roster sheets are rated to play the game. You just take all of these pertinent numbers, so FIP and stamina for pitchers, batting, defense, and speed for the batters, and you transfer them over to your lineup. Super easy, and the footprint is extremely small, just 2 D6 dice and a D10. If you happen to have an actual D9, that would be great, because it's working on a D9 system. But if you have a D10 and it goes to a 0, then you just re-roll to preserve that 1 out of 9, or that 1 to 9 ratio. So there's also an online dice roller that you can use for this game that actually has a D9, so you don't have to worry about that. And it's also quiet. So if you need less space, or you're traveling, obviously this is pretty easy to travel with. This is all you need, just a stack of paper that you can put into a folder. And then if you have the app that you can use on your desktop, or a laptop, or a phone, or a tablet, or an Amazon Fire, whatever you have, as long as it's web enabled, you'll be able to use it. You can find the link to that in the game guide, which comes with your purchase. You can also download the game guide on the website. It's in the free section, so you can check out the game guide, I believe, for On Base Baseball, and see what it's all about. It's a super easy game to play. It's a little bit of a cross between APBA and Stratomatic. So if you're familiar with those games, which a lot of people in the cards and dice gaming community are at least familiar with one of those games, you get a little bit of flavor of both of those, but it's sabermetrically driven. So everything on the game engine is driven by sabermetric stats, not by ERA or some of the older sort of batting average stats and things like that. So go out and pick up the game. There's lots of other seasons as well, so you can get fully carded seasons. The projected roster sheets I don't do cards for, but you can get carded seasons. I'm thinking 67 was the latest season that I released. You get all the roster sheets, plus you get the cards, so you can play this either way. And then 75, we have 72. So if you're looking for more of a classic season, those are seasons that are out there. 82, I want to say. I don't remember if I did 82 or not, but 91 is out there, 95, 2004, 2016. And then obviously the last 2019, I didn't do 2020, but 2021, 2022, 2023. All of those seasons are out there for you to be able to get carded seasons with them as well. In fact, you can even download the projected roster sheets for 2023. if you want to just see how the projected roster sheets work before and kind of use it as a demo. So you can get last year's projections for free. They don't do you a lot of good this year because we actually have actual stats, but you can pick up the 2023 season for real using carded players and roster sheets both. But that'll have the actual stats, not the projected stats. So a big difference there. All right, I think that's it from here. If you haven't subscribed, click subscribe. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up. And if you have suggested content or you like something about this, go ahead and leave a comment. Love to have comments, and they help with the channel's visibility. So do give me a quick little thumbs up and just click that. That's a super easy way to support what I'm doing here. I got lots of other games. Go to clarkandaddisongaming.com and you can see football games, baseball games, basketball games. I have other baseball games as well that are on the site. There's a quick play game, actually 2 quick play games. One I'm hosting for another designer called 1-2-3 Baseball that you might like, sort of geared around super quick play. But quick play baseball is mine, and it has kind of 3 levels that you can play, and each progressively a little bit longer than the other, but still doesn't take very long to play a game. So lots of things to choose from. Just go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. I'll put the link down in the description, and I'll also put the link to the Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, you can join the Clark and Addison Facebook group and get lots of extra content, new things that I'm working on as I'm working on them and not when I release them. You get a little bit of insight and say into how things go. I like to ask questions about what's going on. And also people who are posting their own replays using the games from the Clark and Addison Gaming Company. So that'll be it from here. I appreciate you sticking around for the extra inning game. Tampa Bay wins this one 6-5 on opening day. We'll see how that actually goes. That's coming up this week, and very excited for baseball season to start. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.